So to get a more accurate view of how soundproof your studio is or how loud it is outside your studio, you want to figure out what the noise criterion curve is, or NC curve. And to do that, it's a little more complicated. I think it's personally overkill for most home studios, but if you wanted to get really nerdy about it, you can get an analyzer that will help you figure out what the NC curve is. And just to briefly explain that, basically it's taking a 1 octave band frequency across several different frequencies and measuring what the SPL is at each one of those frequencies. The reason is that low frequencies have more energy behind them. The wavelengths are bigger, they have more power, and they tend to go through walls more easily than higher frequencies. This means that low frequencies are almost always going to be, or really always going to be, the biggest problem in your home recording studio. So that's like subwoofer bass, airplanes, the low rumble of airplanes, the low rumble of thunder, things like that are going to travel through your walls more easily than the mid to high frequencies. So noise criterion gives us a way to look at different frequency bands and see if they fall within the regulation size for engineers who have to do this for commercial buildings, for studios, for residential buildings, and meet code requirements for noise levels. So let me just briefly tell you that the NC levels are measured at 63 hertz, 125 hertz, 250 hertz, 500 hertz, 1000 hertz, 2000 hertz, 4000 hertz, and 8000 hertz. So technically, to do this, you would measure each of those frequencies with a 1 octave band limit on what you're reading and get the SPL level on each of those. Just so you know that ideally recording studios are in the NC15 or NC20 range. I believe that NC25 is still perfectly fine for a home recording studio.